A black man is suing the city of Miami and 5 police officers for, misconduct. Samuel Scott Jr. was visiting his aunt when his vehicle disappeared. He reported it to authorities. Officers Jonathan Guzman, Michael Bloom, Brandon Williams, Miguel Hernandez, and Randy Carriel arrived on the scene, and this happened.
All right, listen. I'm gonna read you your rights real quick. All right?
I'm telling you guys got the wrong guy. I can confirm where I was, and I can even confirm my activities. I recently logged off of the VPN at my job.
Okay. At what time?
Roughly before I came over here, before I called you guys.
Okay.
But I'm telling you, you guys got the wrong guy.
Okay. The description of the guy that took off from your car is just like yours.
But that's half of Miami. Bald-headed with a beard. Even if he had dreads, it's dreads with a beard.
Okay.
But then it's not fair. I mean, like I said, my kids, I called because my car got stolen. My kids are over there. They don't even know what's going on.
So what time was your car stolen?
I told you, probably around about 5. I didn't pay attention to the time. I really just jumped out of the car to go see. That's it. If you want, like I said, we can go. Like, I had my kids and stuff like that, dropped them off, came over to say hi, and I went. I mean, I don't know what happened. I don't. I mean, like I said, I know the people that stay across there, over here, all over the place. I don't know what happened. My car just, somebody jumped in, drove off. And I'm sorry, but I'm telling you, I didn't do it. I mean, literally, I mean, why would I call the police? I mean, I called because my car is stolen. I mean, how me and my kids are going to get home? My pillow, my work ID, my work stuff, all of that stuff is in there. Why would I? That's why I'm like, why am I in handcuffs? If I'm calling them and I'm...
Just give me a second, okay?
All right.
I'm gonna open the window so he's in behind there.
I mean, also, I don't know if you know or look at my record. I've never been arrested. Hell, one of a good friend of mine is like City of Miami, Dennis Jackson. He used to be my pastor, an retired City of Miami police officer.
You never been arrested before?
No.
Sure about that?
Yeah. Never been arrested. Ex-military. Never been arrested.
Okay. Thalden Pierre is the attorney for Samuel Scott. He joins us right now. I'm real confused.
Yeah.
The dude whose car was stolen calls the cops to report his car was stolen, and they put him in handcuffs. Why?
Sometimes real life is stranger than fiction. In this situation, it seems like there was an ambitious cop who essentially just wanted to pin the crime on someone. The only person that they had was a generic individual in Miami, and in this particular neighborhood, which is predominantly black, could have been anyone. As the complaint and the lawsuit states, essentially, they had to dig under his shirt to figure out if he even matched the person that they initially identified, who was running away from the.
But here's the problem. Here's the problem. There's no car on the scene, right?
Yep.
So the person who called him, he's in handcuffs. So what logic would the person who stole the car be the same one to call the cops? Like, why was he put in handcuffs in the first place?
And again, if we're going to go through logic, there is none. I mean, that's the whole gist of the lawsuit, is the fact that Mr. Scott called for assistance, but ended up becoming the victim. I mean, becoming the perpetrator when he was in fact the victim. So, Mr. Martin, I wish I could explain what makes someone arrest the person who actually reports his vehicle stolen, but I can't.
Okay, so this is one of the things that sort of perplexes me that happens with these cops all the time. They come on a scene, they see a black person, They immediately slap cuffs on them to sort of detain them, and then it's like, well, we'll figure everything out later.
Yeah. Yeah. And in this situation, they kind of did more than just figure it out. They actually made stuff up along the way. And even though it was inconsistent with reality, but that was the whole fantasy. I mean, they not only said that he stole his own car, they said he was carrying he was basically in possession of a gun that was 2 miles away. They said he had possession of marijuana, which till this day we still don't know where that came from. That's a fantasy in itself. So oftentimes when I do these cases, the police officers attempt to write down what has just recently occurred, and then they stick through it. I mean, they stick to the arrest affidavit up until the lawsuit. And even though it doesn't make any sense, and in this case, it didn't make sense at the beginning, but they usually have an ability to kind of like make it make sense. But in this situation, as you've eloquently pointed out, you can't make this make sense.
Okay, hold
No
on.
one calls.
Okay, now I'm real. So hold up.
Yeah.
Car
go
gets
for it.
stolen, and they say a gun 2 miles away was used. Now they found a gun, but there's still no car, right?
They found the gun in the car that was stolen 2 miles away.
Okay, hold up. So his car was stolen.
Yeah.
They find a gun in the stolen car, and they say that was your gun,
Exactly.
not realizing he reported it stolen.
He reported his vehicle stolen. No, they knew he reported it stolen. One of the things that they had Mr. Scott do was write an arrest. I mean, I forgot what it's called. It's a witness affidavit form or a statement basically saying, I'm reporting my vehicle stolen. So they knew he did that at the inception. But for whatever reason, that's what was the basis for the false reporting of a crime, because they were saying, of course not. Your car wasn't stolen. You stole the vehicle.
Matt, this is the kind of stuff that absolutely pisses black people off.
Too often, Roland, the police start with the presumption of guilt when it comes to a black man, particularly a big black man. Big black men do not get the presumption of innocence. And that's the only reason this would make any sense, because it is wholly illogical that you would call the police and report your vehicle stolen, and then the police make contact with you and they take you into custody for the theft of your vehicle. It makes no sense. But thankfully for Mr. Scott, he's got an attorney as skilled as Mr. Pierre. He and I are in a group called the Civil Rights Collective, and he's a fantastic attorney. So I'm sure this will turn out the way it should. But it's a travesty that we have to even have this conversation, because it makes no sense whatsoever.
Lee, and then people wonder why black folks are up in arms with these damn cops.
Yeah, it's common sense isn't so common all the time, right? The man called the police because his car was stolen, and you arrest him and impede on his civil rights for doing the thing he called them about. I mean, it's just, it makes you laugh, but it's sad at the same time. And here's the other thing. In the article, it didn't really state that in what you just showed, but to my understanding, that the officer turned off his body cam more than once as a part of all this. Y'all, that's troubling. Like, that is really issues. I know many people get excited when they see that police officers have body cams, because you feel like you can, it'll keep them in check, and then you can know what happens in instances like these. But here's some things that we got to be concerned about, y'all. In many of these jurisdictions that have body cameras, the officers can manually turn them off and on. That ain't good. The officers should not be able to turn the body camera off and on. They need to have the technology, and I know I'm getting a little technical, but they need to have the technology in any jurisdiction that has these body cameras, where when they get out their car, it turns on. And when they get back in their car off the scene, it turns off. You shouldn't have the ability to turn off your body camera, because we saw what happened in other jurisdictions where things have gone haywire and you don't see that. So my brother representing this, man, keep the fight up, man. Just because they need to begin to right some wrongs, not just in this case. I pray that that he gets what is due for him, but also that y'all continue and see what y'all can do to fix some of these laws that are just bad, that impede on people's civil rights.
Sheer madness. Sheer madness. Well, certainly keep us updated on what happens in this case, and I hope your client gets as much money as he can.
Yeah, I appreciate that, and I do think Mr. Scott appreciates it as well.
All right, thank you so very much. All right then, folks, that's just y'all. I got no words. I just, and then people like, oh, why y'all so upset? Hello, and now they do this. We get caught in the criminal justice system. Got to hire a cop. Got to hire a lawyer. Got to go through all this sort of stuff. The stress and the drama, all those different things that go along with that. That's what black people have to deal with in a system. When they see someone black, they automatically think, uh-oh, they're the criminal. It happens all of the time. I saw a video a few weeks ago where cops roll up, a black guy had been attacked, cops roll up, immediately go after the black dude, and the white woman starts yelling, what are y'all doing? He's the victim. All they thought was, had to be the brother. That's how they rolled. All right, folks, back to our Roland Mark Unfiltered video in just one moment.
Oh, that spin class was brutal. Well, you can try using the Buick's massaging seat. Oh, yeah, that's nice.
Can I use Apple CarPlay to put some music on?
Sure, it's wireless.
Pick something we all like. Okay, hold on. What's your Buick's Wi-Fi password?
Buick Envision 2021.
Oh, you should pick something stronger. That's really predictable.
That's a really tight spot. Don't worry, I used to hate parallel parking.
Me too.
Hey.
Really outdid yourself.
Yes, we did.
The all-new Buick Envision, an SUV built around you. All of you.
This weekend for the Bayou Classic, broadcasting live in partnership with Coca-Cola Friday and Saturday. You do not want to miss it. So Black Star Network will be on the scene. That's right, covering the Coaches Luncheon on Friday. We'll be broadcasting Friday night. Then, of course, we'll be broadcasting from the Fan Zone. There's a parade Saturday morning, broadcasting that. Plus from the Fan Zone, in addition, we'll be broadcasting the halftime. That's right, y'all. Don't worry about the rest of these folk. Don't worry about it. NBC doesn't show it. We'll be showing you the halftime show right here on the Black Star Network.